Welcome to AlphaCars Motorcycles. My name is Ian. We have Derek behind the camera who will also be in today's video. We've got this 2020 Mercedes Sprinter camper conversion behind me. We're gonna do a pretty thorough overview of this van, everything from that awesome interior to the exterior, and even taking a peek at the underbody condition. This van is in excellent shape. We can actually move under the awning here. It was just in time we put this out because, as you can tell, we just had a rainstorm pass. But we've got the massive awning here. And in this video, like I said, we're gonna go over a lot of the basic functions, kind of show you where all the components are on the inside. The owner, it's a one owner vehicle, factory original paint, and the owner invested over $300,000 in building this van. And that's including the initial van cost, which this van is very highly optioned. And I'm gonna encourage you to go on our online listing on our website, alphacars.com. There'll be a link in the description. And you may want to pull up that listing because every component that's in this van, the whole build from the factory options on the van and then also the camper conversion, it's all listed on our website and it's quite the read. So definitely get yourself familiar with that information, even maybe have it up or print it out while you watch this video so you can kind of follow along. And then once you're familiar with this video and all that information we provided on the website, definitely reach out to us, give us a call, send us an email if you are interested in this van, and we can assist you further with it. But now let's get into the video. We're gonna start on the awesome interior, and Derek's gonna help us out with those interior functions. So as we start the interior of the van, just before we get to all the exciting camper conversion, I just want to briefly cover the factory Mercedes cockpit up here. We've got this passenger door, all the plastic looks great. There is the minor little scuff right there. You've got your heated seat control, and looking at the passenger seat, that's in excellent condition. I'm just gonna shut this door as it is raining outside. And yeah, now looking at the dashboard up here, we've got the nice large infotainment screen. The steering wheel condition is great, as well as the driver's seat. The driver's seat is in excellent condition, and this upholstery is awesome, that color and the quality. And yeah, the vinyl flooring or rubber flooring, that's easy to clean, and it's in great condition. And if we start up the van here, foot on the brake, one-touch operation, starts right up. You can just see it's telling us the door's open, but there you go, 59,703 miles, and there's no warning lights or anything. The van's very happy. But now I'll shut that off, and let's get to the first exciting thing, which is the swivel function on this chair. So what I did was I just leaned down and actuated a lever at the front, and now this passenger seat here swivels around and it actually locks in right there. So it's this lever right here. You pull this and you can rotate it around, and now you've got additional seating in here. But now as we get into the camper conversion, we're gonna have Derek jump in and he's gonna present this information for us.
Hey guys, I'm gonna take over with Ian here, gonna help me out. We're gonna take a look inside this van. Tons of awesome features in here, so we have a lot to go over. We'll just kind of touch on some basics here, look at our listing like Ian mentioned, the real details behind it. As we step inside the van here, we see all this beautiful, excellent condition cabinetry all across the van. We'll talk a little bit more about that as we get further back into the cabinets as well. Some really cool functionality with that. This was all done by Surg Supply, a really, really good company, good high quality components. In this front section here, we can see we have a refrigerator available. Nice, good size here, right? You can keep a lot of stuff with you when you're on the go if you want to stay off grid for a little while. Kind of staying in the front of the van here, on this other part lower on the section here, we have this freezer that you can use as well. So fridge freezer combo. You do have an ice maker up there as well. Then on this side here, we have one of our batteries from our Renogy, another one in the back. We'll talk more about that system when we get back there. Really, really high quality components as well. You can see we have a TV mounted here. All of your wiring is already run up into this cabinet here for your HDMI. There's even mounting in here to secure down like a PlayStation or a DVD player or something like that, so it's not going to rock around when you're driving. This obviously can all be worked in conjunction with the Wi-Fi in the system as well in this van. Just quickly touching on this here, right? Some more high quality components from the same company here. These Rockford Fosgates were installed across the entire van. We have Rockford Fosgate system installed here. Really, really high quality sound. Part of this interior as well, we have all of this system here, which is what these cabinets are beautifully mounted to. This is all modular, so as you can see, right, you can kind of picture you could move really these anywhere you wanted to in the van. Take them out, put them in a new spot, or reconfigure this really to your liking. Obviously, you could even get custom stuff done along with this, or get more components from that company. This stuff is by a company called Adventure Wagon. Really, really nice stuff. Gives you a lot of functionality or flexibility with that. Moving back to this section here, we have a Tetravan shower. You've probably seen this before. Had this in a lot of vans. These are very popular. Really, really convenient. You have a shower curtain here that moves up and pops into these attachments up here on the roof. So it keeps it nice and closed. You're not going to get water everywhere. Have a shower head with a thing that you can hang it off of up here. And this does have hot water, so you don't have to freeze yourself when you're taking a shower. So super, super awesome setup there. Again, this is really outfitted for not just like a quick day trip, but you could be off the grid for quite a while with this van. Moving over to this side real quick, we have a sink. Again, you can get hot water here as well. Really, really nice functionality to have. Seeing there, nice and simple, really cleanly done plumbing and wiring. All of the plumbing in this van is not just well done, but you can see like there's valves on just about everything. So the owner, the installer, purposely set up, I talked to him about this, he purposely set this up so that if you ever needed to do maintenance on it or fix the component in some way, everything can be just shut off quickly, so you don't have to have a mess anywhere. It's just super, super awesome for maintenance. Again, some more cabinetry here. We have, this is an example, you have some lighting in here. This little knob here will control your lighting underneath the cabinets. I can turn it off and on. You can dim it, right? Really nice. Maybe in the night you don't want it as bright. Super, super awesome. Again, nice quality finish or insulation. Underneath this, one more piece to show you on here. Under here we have a toilet. Again, gives you everything you need for being able to off the grid living or just on the road. You don't have to stop a lot of places. So I'm going to take a closer look at this panel here. This is your control panel for the heating in the car, in the van. So we have our furnace, which is on right now. Diesel furnace runs off of the extended range tank. Oh, did I go in there? This thing sips diesel. I talked to the original owner and he was saying that he ran that thing for like basically a full day and with the heat on, and he didn't even notice a movement in the needle on the gas gauge. So super efficient. The primary way of heating this van is through the radiant heating in the floor. We have that on right now, and you can see this readout here. The 73 degrees is reading down there. So we have the door open right now. It's not exactly 73 on my body right now, but if you feel the floor, it is warmer. Obviously with that door closed, you'd feel it start to heat up a lot. There is like just a fan running down there that does move some air into the van, but he purposely didn't install like specific vents because it dries out the air, and he never felt the need for them. With this heating on the floor and the incredibly good insulation, it's a lamb's wool insulation in this van, he never felt the need for it. He was always comfortable. So you could have the option to install this if you want, but the way it's set up right now, I think would be perfectly good for most people. This is also how you control your hot water. So now that the furnace is running, if you wanted hot water at your any of your water sources, you just turn that on there and it would start kicking that on. And then you can also have the option to run this off of electric, or when your engine is running, right, you can run it off of that. So obviously if you wanted to for some reason not run it off the battery, you could do it that way. Yeah, and we go over to these panels here. Just covering some more of our electrical in the van. This is going to be your main panel. It gives you information for your battery system. So we have our charge percentage, how much is currently being drawn from it, really all of your information you want to need, and you can get more detailed if you click on some of these things as well. This also going along with that Renogy system, this is going to be for your solar, so making sure that's all working, giving you readouts for all of that. So again, really good information to have. That way you know what your charge state is. If for some reason you've ever had an issue, it's easier to diagnose that way, and just keep track of all of your high-end systems here. A couple other things in the van before we leave the front area. We have another voltage meter up here. There's a few of these throughout the van. This one is a readout for the Mercedes system in the front, because there are two different systems, right? The Mercedes factory system, and then like the home battery system that we were just talking about with the Renogy. So this is a readout for the Mercedes side of things. Just a good way to make sure, again, that side of things is happy and healthy. We have another panel up here. This one is going to control pretty much all of your exterior stuff. So right now we have this on. This is for your awning. So if you turn that on, it allows electronic controls of that. These are your exterior lights. You have some big floodlights underneath the awning as well as the front of the van and around it. Again, nice, convenient, really well done, clean install, really easy to access.
Yeah, and later in the video, when I'll go over all the exterior of the van, I will kick on all of those floodlights. This van has a full 360-degree pattern of light. You can light up a whole campsite or work area around the whole van. It's got awesome lighting. And now, Derek, just before we talk about that adapter and go around the back of the van, let's talk about the really cool module that's integrated to run the Mercedes Wi-Fi system while not having the van running.
Yep, you have a really convenient switch right here. So the little white dot, you click that forward, that activates it. What that does is it just powers on your Wi-Fi systems without actually turning on the whole van and all these systems. So really, really nice. So when you're hanging out for a long period of time, you're in the back there off of the home batteries, you're not drawing a bunch of power from this, but you can still get your Wi-Fi functionality. So really, really awesome feature to have. Very common in these Sprinter vans, this level of build. It's a pretty desirable functionality.
Yeah, and it will power on the head unit and the dashboard. And yeah, that enables your Wi-Fi system to work without keeping the ignition and the engine running, because by default, that whole system up there will shut off after like 20 minutes of inactivity, which kills your Wi-Fi. So these modules are really essential if you want to go off-grid and have the internet connection the whole time. I guess, Derek, now let's move to the back of the van. We can also talk about this power adapter here as we walk over there.
Yep. Yeah, we have a power adapter here. So this is going to be how you charge the van externally. Obviously, you can charge the system from the solar panels or the engine as well. One thing to note as well, when you are running things, if you have the system fully operating, being used, full disclosure, the solar panels don't quite keep up with that to add charge to it. So just something to keep in mind, right? You would need to either run the engine for a while or utilize a adapter to be able to keep up with that.
And this van does have, you can view a picture of it on our website. Under this cover here, it has a nice little very nice Honda generator with some other power adapters. So you can run that generator, plug it into the van, and I believe you told, the owner told you he's run the van for days on end from that generator.
Yeah, I mean, he's used this personally, and he's like, yeah, had no issues at all. And he only kind of did it just to test it, I guess. He was like, I didn't really need to, I just wanted to see how it worked. So the regular systems already in the van are generally going to be more than enough for most people's uses. So let's go ahead and take a look in the van here. We're going to open these doors up here. One nice little convenience feature, you can open these back doors up all the way, and they will not hit the side of the van, those boxes there. So you don't have to worry about these swinging open and denting the side of your nice new van. We'll go and get these open. So looking at the back here, we have some more just really nice features, right? You have power all throughout the van. There's several of these all over the place, so you're never without power. We'll even show you a couple that haven't even been fully installed yet, so you have the options of where to run them. You do have this little compartment down here. You could use it for whatever you want, storage. It's really up to you. There is a petcock down there. I know some people use these as like coolers, right? And you can drain that out. There is a panel in here as well that you can use to cover that. That has a matching top like this. Here we have our main power distribution, like our fuse panel. It's nicely labeled so you can see where everything's at. It has lights on it, so really foolproof. You can easily check if for some reason you ever did have something you wanted to change or needed to adjust on, or something was going out. Inside here, you can see the wiring for our Renogy system, or really our entire rear power. So that's one of our other batteries there, just like that one that was up front. Then you have all these nicely labeled wires. Everything is labeled, so you know where all the wires go. Everything is fused, so it's, again, really fail-safe. Make sure that there's not gonna be any issues or electrical fires or anything like that. A couple of these other boxes back here, so you have more fusing back here. You have those panels. You do have another, pull this out here. Just to give you an example of stuff, you have another voltmeter here. This is obviously for the back system, and another charger. The owner was planning on mounting these back here just as an additional point of information and power if you wanted it. Then these boxes here, so this one, we're dealing with an alternator converter. It does have the upgraded alternator in it, so this is helping with that management of charging these things through the factory systems. Then you just have some more parts of the Renogy system in there. In this front section here we have our inverter. right? Really, really high quality. Again, part of that Renogy system. Works fantastic. So here on this side, we have our hot water tank, or hot water system, I should say, as well as pretty much all of our heating elements. You can see in there, there's a water tank on one side. In here, you do have the plumbing and all of that, and the actual hot water system. Again, all valved and very well done. The gentleman who installed that was a plumber by trade, so he knew what he was doing, wanted to make sure it was easy to install and ideally last a very, very long time. And
there's also one of the fresh water tanks in there. This van has 2 fresh water tanks. So there's one as you're looking at now, and there's one on the other side above the other wheel well.
Yeah, I didn't open that one because you have to open both ends of it, so we'll leave that one there. So now that we have a full picture of the awesome interior of this van, the high quality build and components that went into it, I want to hand it back off to Ian so he can go over the condition and details of the exterior.
And now we're gonna move to the exterior of the van. We're gonna go over its condition. I wanna thank Derek for helping with the first segment of this video, going over the interior of the van. But now we're gonna check out some of the exterior accessories and the condition as I mentioned. So of course, as we've said a few times in this video, if you want to know exactly what all these accessories are, definitely reference the online listing where it's all listed there. But let's start on the passenger side and let's check out the condition. The paint, all factory original on the van, we confirmed with the paint meter. You can view the paint thickness readings for each metal panel on the online listing as well. But going down first, this passenger side, as I said, I mean, I don't see any deep scratches or major imperfections. There's the lightest little sort of ding right there. The plastic, some of the plastic on the side here, has the bed liner material applied, so super durable, easy to clean. You can see that's in a nice shape as well. And these black Rhino off-road looking wheels, these look amazing, especially with those KO2 all-terrain tires. And you can see on this wheel, it's in really nice condition. And we've got the side steps here. And now we're at the passenger front wheel, which is also in excellent condition. We can peek into the front suspension area. These Van Compass shocks, it has these front and rear, and these are custom built for the van, for the specific van weight, I believe. So you have to send in the van's weight or like corner weights, and like I said, they custom build those and valve those for the desired application. So it's night and day having those shocks on here. And now we're at the front of the van. The windshield is factory Mercedes glass, and it does look excellent. I don't see any major chips or things to report. And now we're at the hood. The grills up there look nice. All the plastic has a deep luster to it. The van's been outside a few days since we cleaned it here in New England, so there might be a little bit of dust on it here and there, or a little bit of water that's run from some moisture or condensation. But the front bumper looks great. We've got the CA-tuned off-road bumper, the big shackles there, and the winch. And right here, this is not rust, this is a New England fall leaf right there. And yeah, this van has all the protection. It's got skid plates underneath, which we will take a look at the underbody just in a couple of minutes here. On the other side of the van, you can see it better, but this thing is really all kitted out for any type of use you may need to put it through. Now let's go down the driver's side of the van. And the reason I'm going at this angle, you can see if the light reflects in a regular pattern. You can tell easily if there's a scratch or a ding or a dent. And I mean, the side of this van, this driver's side, you can see the paint. It's in really nice shape. And other than the little blemish right here, I mean, I don't see anything on this side. It looks really, really good. Once again, the plastic has that bed liner on it. And you've got the side step there. And this side step, it's not just that. It has the whole sort of protective rock sliding, I don't know, you could maybe call it a rock slider, but it's got that whole protective bar along the pinch weld of the van that's bolted there underneath. Now we're at the driver's side front wheel. Can see no damage or anything. The finish looks great. And let's make our way. Now we're at the rear of the driver's side. And yeah, no curb rash or cosmetic blemishes on these wheels. They look great. And yeah, even in the wheel well there. This van's remarkably clean underneath. It was really lightly used, as we may have said. And yeah, just peeking underneath. And it's got the long range, I believe 47-gallon gas tank. And you can see some of the protection there. Transfer case, transmission protection, and the engine protection, those big skid plates. And the bumper, or sorry, not the bumper, the pumpkin, the center section of the axle, that has a big skid plate on it as well. Offering some great protection there. But yeah, just look at how clean it is under here. I'm sure it's a little hard to see, so I apologize for that, but you can see pretty good, looks like. But yeah, you can see it is really clean under here. The van was really used lightly. You know, it wasn't out in the salt its whole life or anything like that. You can just tell like just how clean a lot of the general components are. And we do have a few good pictures of the underbody on that online listing as well. Now checking out the rear bumper condition. The tow hitch, look at how nice that tow hitch looks. Even the end of the exhaust. It's all in really, really nice shape. Can't stress enough, the van was so well cared for and really had light use. So now as we make our way to the roof, I climb the ladder. Massive rack on here, roof rack. It's got the full sort of 360-degree lighting, which as we saw earlier in the video, you saw the control panel for that. And yeah, there's a couple little solar panels up front. You can see the rooftop climate control unit there. And but yeah, you can see like there's no damage up here. There's no like rust or anything. A little bit of cosmetic blemishes here and there just from, you know, using it for cargo occasionally. But yeah, everything is looking good up here. And you can even see the top of this awning. It looks perfect. It hasn't been like scraped on anything or taken through low trees. It all looks good. And now thanks to the movie magic, I turned on all of those lights we saw. So we've got the floodlighting here. Also, that awning that comes out, as we saw earlier, that has the full LED strip in there as well. I've got the front spotlights on, the lighting on this side of the van. And we're walking around. We've got the two lights at the back. So 360 degrees of lighting. You can light up really a whole work area or campsite. And all of those lights, just to show you, they're all controlled by this control panel here, by those switches. And also what I did is I popped the hood, and now peeking in the engine compartment, nice and clean and orderly under here. Even look at like the paint condition of the inner structure there. It all looks good. And yeah, other than a couple leaves that have fallen, nice and clean and orderly under here. You can see some of that massive wiring that goes to some of the components in the back. But you can see it's not like a rat's nest, so to speak, or anything. It's all neatly done, and everything is pretty clear where it goes. And there's even the diagram here for that upgraded alternator, so you can see just some instructions there and how the belt routes around it. And you've got the diesel fluid, exhaust fluid fill there. So now that we've really had a full look at this van, we've checked out the exterior, the interior, some of the really camper overlanding functions. I want to thank you for watching this video. I hope it was interesting and helpful. If you do have any additional questions on this van, if you are interested in it, reach out to us at the contact information at the top of your screen, and we'll be happy to discuss the van with you. But this has been Ian reporting from our Boxborough location. Please do leave a like on the video if you found it helpful or interesting, and make sure to subscribe so then you don't miss out on this awesome motoring content.